So now I'm going to talk about common problems that you can face with a narcissist. And yeah, so I just go through. Can be from the beginning to the end. It's probably going to be a little bit longer because I'm going to put a lot into it. But yeah, I'm just going to get started. So if in the dating phase, don't ignore red flags. See if she takes accountability, or if she's someone that just blames constantly. Then don't be hasty. Don't move in too early. Because in the beginning you also will not know who she truly is. So she's not going to show her true colors until you know her for a while, and then her true colors come true. Then don't commit to anyone who won't commit themselves. So someone who acts single while being in a relationship with you. Then don't let lust be a reasoning factor. Don't let lust cloud your judgment. So then next thing is see if she has some kind of victim mentality, or if she's associating herself with the feminist movement. That's a good sign that she's a victim, keeping a victim mentality. Then you can test her. You can say no over small things just to see whether or not she is passive aggressive afterwards. Then if you're in a relationship, then when it comes to money, they may act entitled to your money. So realize your money is not theirs. Keep your money on your account. Don't use shared accounts. Or don't keep your money on a shared account. Also don't tell how much you have or how much you make. So that's some things in regard of money. Then here's some points to when it's time to get rid of her, when she shows certain things. So when she becomes physical, so she's starting to become violent towards you, and she makes threats, steals, mocks you, cheats, degrades you, walks over you, lies, nags all the time, makes false allegations, slanders you with lies around other people, is unpleasant to be around. If she gaslights you, antagonizes you, disrespects you, gives you crazy making circular conversations, or if she stonewalls or is passive aggressive. So there's a lot more, but I think like if that's the general theme of how she is, then I think it's time to get rid of her. So then work destruction that you could face. So don't involve her in your work life, where you work, what you do. She doesn't need to be in your work life. If she has huge dissatisfaction about her own work, then don't bring her into your own field, but instead make her work for you. So you can give her money for doing things that you need to be done, but do not bring her into your work life. So also don't let her distract you from your work. So then here might be some reasons to why you stay. You have a high tolerance for BS. You think you can change the other person. You try to improve or fix the relationship that they break or damage. So it's not your responsibility if they damage the relationship, that's on them. You accept guilt or blame for their behavior. You hope it gets better, or you hope they'll change. Then you expect different behavior from who they are and how they behave. So they have shown you a million times how they are, and still yet you somehow expect a change or some difference in that, or have hope for some change in the behavior. Then You might accept good treatment after after they gave you bad treatment. So every single time they did something horrible, they might have come back to you and gave you something small that you accepted. So maybe it was a small gift, maybe it was a nice gesture or something nice, maybe it was a nice meal or something small or something nice. And with that, it's supposed to, by taking that, you essentially also accept the bad behavior. So you cannot accept something good after someone did something horrible. So they need to apologize. That's what's important, and not take accountability and not try to buy you out with like a small nice gesture or something. Then another thing could be you won't acknowledge all the bad parts of her. So maybe you just acknowledge like the good parts, or you only want to look at the good parts. You might only look on the positives, so you ignore the whole range of who someone is. You don't acknowledge all the bad parts and who they are. So if they lie, they are a liar. If they cheat, they are a cheater. If they become physical, they're violent. So that's who they are too. They are not just some small few positive things that you see, but they're the whole range. But maybe like you only acknowledge the positives. Then you can have emotional reasons for not leaving. Like maybe you got fear of being alone. So you could have that, but you'll be alright. So there's nothing to be afraid about. Or you'll be fine being alone. Then you could have maybe you have fear of not finding another person like you, and then again, like that's also just invalid fear. There are many, 8 billion people, half of them are women. So, and you really don't want the same kind of woman if she's that terrible. So, then maybe you have another emotional reason for not leaving, and it's guilt. So maybe she's shifting blame and tries to make you feel guilty so that you stay. She could also send you messages about how she might harm herself. So you're supposed to respond to that, where you would feel guilty if you would leave. You could also have fear for your life. So maybe she's making threats. Yeah, and then when it comes to the next thing, if you're moving out, the best is to move out while she's not around, to also not bring it up, to look for places where you can stay. So if it's a hotel, friends, family, hostels, you can look for a new apartment, but if it's very urgent, then just go for those. Go for a hotel, go for a hostel, go for friends, family, whatever. If you have the time to actually look for a new apartment and make it easier for yourself, then go with that. But yeah, otherwise, just if there's urgency, just go with a quick solution. Then maybe you've been in isolation, or you've been kept in isolation, or your support network was attacked, so you don't have a support network, so you're more in isolation. So I think it's important that you step back out, that you talk to other men, that you talk to other people, strangers, on the internet, on the phone, any kind of acquaintances, so that you start being around people again, because isolation is overall not good for you. Then afterwards, the focus should be on building yourself up again. So mentally, physically, emotionally. You can do that by working out, looking at what you eat. You should be focusing on your work, and also with your work, looking at maybe if you can contribute or bring value to others. So not just in work, but in general, I think that's good. It also makes you connect easier with other people if you can help someone out here or help someone out there. Then journaling is good. I think that's something that should be done every day. And then attention giving. So that might be still like within the relationship, so that actually is a little bit before, but do not engage, validate, or give attention to bad behavior. I think that applies to all women. Withdraw your attention every single time like the woman does something bad. Don't give it extra attention. Because that also teaches a woman like she can behave really horrible and hey, she gets attention for that. So it's best not to give attention for bad behavior and withdraw your attention. Give attention when it's good behavior. So then the next thing would be some attacks that might happen at the end. So defamation, false accusations, that is then you, whatever. Like, just be truthful about who you are. You can also call them out and be like, yeah, no, they're lying. They're liars, they're whatever. I think most people don't care too much, so you don't need to go into details, but I think it's good to, if it comes up, to let other people know, like, no, she's absolutely lying, she's a liar or something, then it at least creates also the seed that people pay a little bit more attention to that individual and not you as the bad person. So then another thing would be when you left and everything, there might be factors that might drive you back. So if you keep open channels in any form, then they can reach out to you. Makes it easy for them to track you back into that relationship. And then you can have emotional driving factors. So the emotional driving factors could be lust. You could be forgetful. It could be highlighting positive moments, or maybe she's highlighting positive moments of like, oh yeah, you remember, and you remember this good time, this one time, whatever. Then another thing could be loneliness. So you're more prone to fall back into something bad if you're lonely, if you don't have other people. And then yeah, so I think a thing to keep in mind is that a woman that her actions determine whether or not she can keep you. So if she behaves bad, she cannot keep you. So we make it her job to actually be someone that can keep you. Then when it comes to blame, or whose fault it is, and the general victim mentality here, like as a man, don't take a victim mindset, but rather understand everything the narcissist did was their fault. They're 100% to blame for what they did. However, it was your fault for ignoring the red flags, to let them negatively impact your life, for not setting boundaries, lowering your standards, tolerating BS, instead of cutting them out. And yeah, so that's on you. That's 100% on you. And yeah, I think those are like the general like problems someone can come across when they're in a relationship with a narcissist. And yeah, I see you in the next video. Also, I usually don't mention it, but if anyone is interested in a one-on-one session, then I leave a link in the description. And yeah, I see you in the next video.